Sophie and Mark decided to leave the city for a weekend getaway. They had left early in the morning to avoid traffic. As they drove, they talked about their plans. "We should leave all our worries behind," Sophie said. Mark nodded. "I've left a message for my boss. He knows we won't be reachable." The journey was long, but they enjoyed the scenery. They had reached the countryside by noon. The fresh air was a welcome change. They left their car and started hiking towards a cabin they had rented. Sophie looked around. "I love this place already. It's so peaceful." Mark smiled. Leaving the city was a great idea. When they arrived at the cabin, they were exhausted. Sophie unpacked while Mark prepared lunch. They had left all their stress back in the city. After lunch, they decided to explore the nearby lake. They spent hours walking and talking about their dreams. Mark had always wanted to leave his job and start his own business. "I think it's time," Mark said. "I've left my fears behind." Sophie agreed. "You've been planning it for years. You should go for it." That evening, they sat by the fire, reflecting on their lives. Sophie felt content. She had left all her doubts and embraced the moment. They knew this trip was more than a getaway. It was a new beginning. The next morning, they packed up, ready to leave the cabin. They felt rejuvenated and inspired. As they drove back, Mark turned to Sophie. "I'm glad we left the city. This was exactly what we needed." Sophie smiled. "Yes, sometimes you just need to leave to find yourself."